I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or labor rules, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back.
Good evening, America! Yeah, baby!
That was unusual.
I am your friendly neighborhood bearded weirdo, coming at you loud and proud as I always do, and with this magnificence upon my face. And to my left is my brother, my compadre, best friend. He also happens to be the pastor who kicks me in the rear every Sunday with his preaching. He is the one, the only, the Pastor Gary Podosek.
Hello.
And then behind the curtain, that iron curtain, where he pushes our buttons
not
so
Russian.
very well. It is the Steve Cattel. How y'all doing? Did you mess up again?
No, I'm getting conflicting statements back and forth. So that's why the face.
Oh, okay.
You can't see the face, but I gave a face because it said, "Hey, are we live now?" Because we were having problems, and I see, nope, we're not live. I was like, great. Then I see, it's up now.
Anyway, as you can see, things are a bit different. We're running.
So wait. So it was already live. It
was live now.
Now this time, not
This
last time.
time.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, new season. This is season
Fair
6.
enough.
This is a big one. All right, every year there's a change. This year we're going to be primarily live on Rumble. YouTube, go pound rocks. Right, everybody else has gotten rid of DEI. Everybody else is being okay with the First Amendment. Still YouTube, no. Okay, go pound rocks. We'll go on Rumble. Rumble's better anyway. We will be having some upgrades throughout the year. These big mics that block our face will eventually be gone. We will have better ones, so we have better quality.
Amen
as
to
we
that.
figure out this new OBS, and Steve figures out all the fun things he can do, and I know he's going to get his push button so he can have sound effects.
Yes, so we can actually be like a Jersey.
An
actual Jersey podcast. Because
Jersey podcast.
really normal people podcasts don't do that. But the ones from Jersey have the zoinks and the wah wah. And, hey. And there's always like some kind of dumb. John, Rocky.
Before we get into some of the things that we're going to change episodically, let me ask you guys. How's your New Year been?
It's not been great for me. I don't know.
I mean, it's just started.
You're in transition.
I'm
no.
Whoa. Pause. Is this news I did not know of?
No, not that kind of
Post-op, pre-op, where we at in the process? Do I need to rebuke some demons?
No. If I say I'm transitioning, we'll have Tommy after me.
No, he is in a seasonal transition when it comes to what God is doing with him.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Clarification.
Okay.
Please choose your words better next time.
We get that it's been rough in that instance, but how is we've been gone since the beginning of December. How is everybody doing today?
I mean, you get married next month.
I know. Yeah. So for anybody who's listening, we had intentions of getting married actually in May, but.
Then it got pushed back to March.
Then it got pushed back, and it got pushed back, and it's going to get pushed back a little bit more. So, yeah.
But
just elope already.
No, I mean, no. Yes and no. I understand. But yeah, the point is to get her here. And, that's the bigger. That's the more important task.
I mean, big things. I am enjoying my job. I am doing armed security. I mean, that was kind of at the end of the season last year, but we had no video back then. So, because, I was broke and couldn't afford the software, now we found just as good, if not better software. We just have to add everything in.
It just requires more hands-on stuff.
Yeah, more hands-on. Yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Things are good.
Things are good?
Yep.
I know politically things have been good, but before we get into all that stuff.
Too much winning. We have to slow down.
I'm almost getting sick of winning. No,
It's not. I'm not getting sick of it. It's just got to slow down. It's
like an ice cream freeze.
It's like
a break freeze.
like we're talking, and I know we're going to talk about it a little bit, but I knew Trump was going to come in, and I knew he was going to. I mean, again, Republicans and Democrats just see things from totally different spectrums. It's like, he comes in and he actually does the things he says versus the deceased person that was elected. The deceased person that was elected that couldn't do anything he said because he couldn't actually form
a sentence,
coherent sentences. So it's like, well, what did he say he was going to do? Well, we don't even know if he is doing what he said he was going to do because nobody could understand what he was saying to begin with. But you got a guy who comes in and he actually does what he said he was going to do. Now, I don't know about anybody else here at this table. I know for me personally, and I'll just be transparent, I voted for him, all the times he ran. When he originally decided he was going to run, what was it, 2016, right?
2015.
Or 2015, yeah. 2015, when he said he was going to run, I was already talking about the prospects of, if he does throw his hat in the ring. The whole reason I would vote for him was because he is not a politician.
Nope.
And the biggest downside to politicians is politicians lie. Politicians lie. They just do. They lie to get you to vote for them. They say the things
like
that.
Weathermen.
Well, no, they're not. No, possibly, but that's not what I mean. But I'm
like mega churches. What they want to hear.
They tell you
so they can keep you around.
Well, I mean that's actually a better example. That's true. But the thing is they just say they just say the thing that they want you to hear so that you'll vote for them. But when you get them in office, very infrequently do they actually do the things they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's fast forward because Trump then. He did a lot of things he said he was going to do, but he didn't do everything he said he was going to do because of COVID and all the nuancy stuff that the Democrats just totally evaporated any opportunities he had to be able to do those things. So now he gets in office and he has the House, he has the Senate, and so we have 2 years. Explaining the 2-year thing to you, Steve, and the reason why we say, he's elected for 4 years, but the reason why we say he's got 2 is because in 2 years, the midterms will happen for the Senate and the House, and that's when you can see the House flip or the Senate flip.
Potentially flip.
In which case, then we lose the legislative power of having all 3 aspects which we have now, which allows us to pass bills more effectively.
We have small majorities in both.
We do, but we generally have the ability to hopefully pass these things. But I'm saying that to say, reason why I'm saying that he needs to slow down is it's almost impossible to keep up with all the dubs.
I know it is.
It's so hard. Like, I look on my phone and there's like 5 dubs, and I'm like, bro,
when did this happen?
Did you sleep? Like, did you? I mean, like, you don't. I know that, but like, you spread it out just a little bit. Like,
as somebody who works overnights now, I am back to enjoying the 2:00 in the morning tweets.
But just spread it out a little bit, just a little bit, man, just a little bit. It's good. I'm happy, but it's spread it out.
So,
spread it out.
Couple things that we're going to be doing different that we're adding to this year. Okay, we all know Cash Patel. Kesh Patel.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all.
So now he has been confirmed, and that he is in his position as what is it? Head of.
Is it Fed or is it
the Homeland Security?
No, he ain't HHS.
Anyway,
Cash is the head of the CIA.
CIA and FBI, I think.
CIA, I think it's the CIA.
But anyway. We know that he is going to be releasing some things. He's already said that before he even got to it. He's going to be releasing things this year.
People. First thing he's going to do is release people.
He's going to be putting things that were Americans were not allowed to know. He has said he's going to make sure that we know. Okay.
Praise God.
So because of that, we are going to have every time he drops something, we're going to.
There's going to be so many things.
We're calling it Cash's clean out.
Yeah, Kesha's clean out.
I really think we should get the Eminem song "Cleaning Out My Closet" just
No.
for every time we.
No, you just do Kesh rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all.
That's going to be one of our segments this year.
That's an easy one to plug.
It will be once he gets started. That's going to be like a snowball going down a hill. Yeah. The second segment we are going to have, and it's more of it's not a segment, but it's a campaign, I guess you would consider it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Steve, last year at the end of season 5, Steve said that now mind you, anybody who hasn't been watching, Steve has never voted. He's never registered to vote. He's always had
which is surprising.
He's always had this view that his vote doesn't count. Although, the way things turned, especially here in Jersey, your vote will count this year. But he has openly stated that if we can get the Rumble channel, if we can get 1,000 followers on Rumble, he will register to vote and vote in this upcoming New Jersey state governor election.
So what that means, and I'm going to just say it now, if you are a currently person viewing, watching, and you hit this point in the video, share. Yeah, no, I mean, follow, subscribe, but also, share. Sharing is the only way this is going to get out there.
If you're listening on podcasts, because I know we have a
bunch of people that listen audio only.
Audio only. Just go to Rumble, download the app, or you don't have to download it. You can go onto the website, just rumble.com. It's right there. It's easy.
Yeah, I mean, just follow us just so you can just
follow us.
Keep up with the chats too,
Well, not just follow, subscribe.
Yep.
We need 1,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Okay, if we hit 1,000. To be honest, for him to vote in the primaries, which we would like him to do that, we would probably need there to be 1,000 by like May, June at the latest. For him to be able to vote in the actual election, we need 1,000 followers by September, because then he can register and he can vote in October.
In our state election, yep.
In our state election, but it's
Governor.
got to be by September.
Governor.
I believe we can do it. I had to wait till now that it was proposed on the channel itself at this point, but I'm going to start putting this on Clapper and TikTok. I have about almost 10,000 followers on TikTok. I have
X. Get on X.
I don't have a lot of followers on X. I've struggled with getting followers.
By the way, you have to actually campaign for yourself on this too.
And he's already
you can't be anti-campaign.
I would.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no to. I was also going to up the ante and also say if we can't get to 1,000 viewers, but we get to $1,000 worth of donations or any kind of
contribution
that will go to the channel that could help with mechanical things that we could use to upgrade the channel. We could do it.
Well, wait. So you're saying your vote can be purchased?
Yes, correct.
We're just gonna put a D next to your name now. All right, then.
But so those are the two biggest things that are happening in this channel. That's number one. Or those things. The other things that we're going to be looking into doing is opening up a sticker mule store. This man's got to do some things with the.
Yeah. By the way, I just in case anybody's wondering, yes, I am pastor. I am a co-host here at the Church State, and I also have a regular job, and I'm a graphic designer by trade. So
he's got to do some things with the logo to make it so that it will go on a shirt. Just simpling it, making it so we can put like the simple black or white on the shoulder for it, and then we're going to start having T-shirts, maybe some hats and stuff on Sticker Mule. On a store through that. So look for that to be happening this year. It's not ready yet. We're still working on things. We are monetized on Spreaker. We will we're not doing it this. I know that there's at least one read we can do this week if we wanted to on Rumble. We're not going to do that.
I think it's on Truth, right?
It's Truth Social. We're not going to do that.
I have a Truth account. I haven't used it though, so I might have to jump on that and start using it.
But we haven't. We're not going to do that this week. We will start the next episode. We will start any reads that Rumble. That's the cool thing about Rumble. They give us a read. We read it. We get money from it.
Per views.
Per view. Granted, again, so up our stuff because we don't want the money because we want to become rich. We
just want to improve the podcast. Yeah.
We want to upgrade stuff for the podcast.
For you guys.
Yes. Yes. Eventually, that computer is going to die out, even though it is a really good computer and is probably good for another 4 or 5 years. We're still probably at some point going to need to upgrade the computer. We need better mics. We need the camera's actually not bad. Maybe another one so that we can run me and Gary don't have to sit on each other's lap over here.
Aww.
Maybe we can sit on the couch over there and have fun with it. Not that we don't already have fun, but
we can make it a more relaxed atmosphere.
More relaxed atmosphere, better background, that costs money, things like that. So we can't create a full studio that stays up all the time because we have neither space nor that amount of money. But we can do things to make it look better.
But who knows?
Better.
You guys help us grow. The more we grow, the more we can do.
Studio lighting is huge.
Yes.
It costs money.
Yeah. So these are the things. So that's all the announcements for season 6. All right.
There we go.
Now we go into the meat and potatoes of the episode.
It just, before you go any further, it's almost confounding, like the percentile odds that Trump, prior to getting elected, sets up basically how he's going to have this team of Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, Doge, which, if you're not aware what Doge stands for, I thought it was really funny that it just turned into Doge. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the meme, yeah, it's funny, but it's Department of Government Efficiency. So, and if you're not aware of how inefficient the government is,
these aren't real, right?
No, this is real. So this is real. So, but the government takes.
Spending that kind of money.
So wait. So let's
all right.
to give you.
We're jumping into that. I wanted to switch those, but okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you did say you wanted to talk about the Jersey thing, but
we'll hit that at the end.
Yeah, it's fine. But the title of the.
Yeah, I know,
you know what I mean. The title. It's the title. So, excuse me. So, government takes taxes out of your paycheck. Every single paycheck, you pay taxes. You don't get a choice.
Then that money gets taxed again when you buy things.
Yeah, you pay taxes, state taxes, and all the things
renting,
right. So the government gets tax money from its people at numbers, but that is not the major source of income for the government by far. A lot of government money comes from trade deals and negotiations overseas. Our most profitable commodity that we sell, and I say that lightly in quotes, is our military defensive power. Yeah. We go overseas and we send our troops with our munitions and our equipment, and we protect nations from other nations. We basically generally set up bases at efficiency costs, and we basically create perimeter deterrences for nations that are intimidated from other nations. Blah, whatever. Fill in the blanks.
Cool.
Okay,
I'm down with that.
Now, in lieu of that, there are other like things like NATO and all these different other like world organizations
considered U.S. military part.
Right, where all the governments are supposed to kind of contribute some of their gross GDP. You know, they're supposed to put money towards it, and you know, we put more than anybody else, and it doesn't matter. And we're the most
GDP is higher,
we are the most wealthiest country on the planet. It doesn't make a difference. So all that to say, the government has a literal megaton load of money coming in, and we somehow manage to spend more than the megaton load of money that comes in. So we run a negative balance, which can be done in the government. I want you to know you can't.
I can't.
You cannot have a bank account that's negative like $1 trillion and still go buy like tanks.
Keep in mind, anywhere between 250. Was it billion or million? I think it's 250 billion. Anywhere between 250 billion and almost up to 540 billion a year is money that is just, we don't know where it went.
Now, so before we get to
billion with a B.
Right. Yeah. So before we get to that,
a quarter of a trillion, at least a minimum of a quarter of a trillion, just.
There's so much money, and the sheer volume of the money that is used. And I want to say this before we go into it, because I think one of the more egregious things that are being stated by a lot of people right now, a lot of major podcasters are saying it. I kind of don't like the phraseology, but it's the clickbait catchy phraseology. So you say it's taxpayer money. Yes,
but no.
But a very small percentage of your money is technically doing this stuff. But to say the least, here's the part I agree with in the argument, and this is the major point of what we're going to be talking about, is it really doesn't matter if you keep taking my money, but you're not responsible with the megaton load of money you have. Why should you continue to take my money?
Exactly.
You don't deserve my money because you're not proven faithful. I mean, I'm biblical at this, right? The Bible says, faithful is he in little, faithful is he in much, right? Why should I give you, as a faith-based agreement, more money that I work for every day when you egregiously don't do the good things that you're supposed to do with the money?
This guy over here is sounding racist because he's not going to just let the government take his money from him and give it to somebody who doesn't want to work.
That isn't even the problem. They're not even giving it to them.
Oh, no.
I wish I'd be like, oh, that's a great idea. Go please help those poor and helpless homeless people and vets. I would be fine with you taking money out of my back pocket that I work hard for if I saw a vet come off of the street and get plugged into a nice $250,000 home.
Yeah.
With heat and gas. Would you care?
No.
No, none of us would care. But you're going to pay for, my favorite one is an absorbent amount of condoms.
Yes.
To go to
Africa.
Afghanistan.
Well, no.
It's Afghanistan. No, it's Afghanistan. It was Afghanistan. It was Afghanistan. No, it wasn't. It was Afghanistan. It is the place that is currently a pile of rubble where there's probably not enough men to even want to use this insane amount of condoms. It's an insane amount. It's an insane amount.
Like 50,000 per person.
But it's nuts. And so here's the thing. When you say that when the probability of this is, they go, okay, so we're going to let you, Vivek, Elon, take a look at the spending.
He's not doing it anymore. He's not on it anymore.
But look at the spending. Just look at the spending. Look at the thing. Oh, I didn't know he dropped out of it.
He dropped out because he's running for. Oh,
he's running for an office space.
He's running for
fine,
office
whatever.
in Ohio.
So anyway, they need help. So anyway, so they looked before, and this. Well, he was part of it before this happened. So him and Elon did do a deep dive into basically. Here's a list of the top 50 departments, governmental departments that have spent the most government money. These are just spending money. And so they have a bunch of people, and now generally you go, okay.
Flipped over one rock.
The first rock, they go, well, USAID seems to spend around $1.5 trillion annually. That's a lot of money. And they go, let's take a look at what's, oh my dear Lord. First rock. This is the first. There was a bunch of rocks. And they just literally go, we'll do this one.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
And Steve.
Total corruption. Who would have thought?
If you go to look at something, if you're curious about something and you go to look at it and you get a group of people that are like, no. You cannot look at that.
I'm definitely looking at that.
Okay, hold on.
So that was the first rock. Now here's the funny part. Did you hear about the second rock? Do you want to know what the second rock they decided to tap on was? I love this one. The Department of the Treasury. Now,
I know they just hit FEMA.
They tapped on the rock of the Treasury, the National Treasury, which basically is like, hey, you're the one who prints money.
Yeah, they print money.
You're the one who prints all the bonds and the money, and you're the one who traces the bonds and exchanges the bonds of all the government bonds and all the negotiating trip. Yeah, we need to see this. They're like, no, you can't look at all this information. It's highly, highly critical information, public information that can't be revealed to anybody. But I'm the Department of Government Efficiency, and I need to know why this is so exciting. And you have the clearance. So no, we will look at it. So when you just immediately respond with
no, you can't see this.
It's like all right, it's like when your parents knock on the door and you're definitely doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and they go, open the door right now. Be like, no. They already know you're in trouble. Like, you're already guilty. It's like there's no way you're not guilty right now.
It is unbelievable.
It is so hysterical.
USAID. Okay, the idea of USAID is
hysterical.
Supposed to be going out and helping people. It's supposed to be the humanitarian arm of our government. Okay, the way that sounds. Okay, cool. So we help people. Like if another country that's our ally is flood, major earthquake, whatever, and we're sending them money to help them get back on their feet. Cool. I'm okay with that.
What about our people?
No.
Good point.
That's
good
FEMA.
point.
This This is our international humanitarian.
But before
so here's what I want to say: the fact that we sent like a couple $1 million to Ireland to do a trans musical, okay, through USAID. The fact that we were
Afghanistan version of Sesame Street, favorite. I love that one.
Like all this DEI crap. Like,
can you say Allahu Akbar?
God. You're welcome. You can tell. He practiced that one in the mirror. No, the sheer fact that, and we did this with so many countries. We were like trying to do DEI plays, musical, an entire comic book in like Venezuela or some South American country.
Bad stuff.
That for creating a DEI superhero, all this crap. How? That's not humanitarian aid.
Well, and here's the funny part.
That is, and just so much money on this kind of stuff, and they just.
And here's the funniest part.
Boggles my mind.
The best part about this whole thing is that it makes you think they're doing such a good job. The government, hear me out, is doing such a good job with the money that they're using that we believe that, like, it can't be real, right? This isn't real.
Well, hold on.
This is just a joke.
Well, you're bad. Now, and here's the thing. It is. It sounds insane, right? But here's what's even funnier. You have countries that USAID has literally come out and helped, and people from the country literally have said,
are happy that Trump is taking it down.
Please stop.
Get rid of them.
Please stop. Do not help us. Do not send aid. We don't want your help. And now
it's not because they don't actually need the help. It's because they don't want the extra stuff that.
Well, no, it's not. I don't even think it's that. It has to do. So, for a group of people who turn around and talk about how culture and how in touch with other national, beliefs and how there's these differences in races and cultures and how we have to embrace all of our diversity and all this stupid equity, diversity, culture garbage that they espouse to all the time. You can't give the people in a nation the actual food that they want and choose to eat on a regular basis. You send rice to people in Africa.
Rice is good.
But they don't know what to do with rice because it's not common to them. So why are you giving them stuff and you're giving it to them by the plane-full?
They're like, I don't do all this.
Do you know what they're doing with it?
And then
they're using it as like a pillow because it's not something that they don't know what to do with it. And it's not. I'm not being offensive to the people in the region, but you have no awareness to go and find out. They don't know what to do with the stuff you're sending, and it's like you're not actually helping. Yeah. You're just throwing money away. You're throwing money away, and so this is where
Mexico.
Hold on. This is where. And this is the stuff that I think that is going to blow people away. Doge has just started. They haven't really gotten involved yet. And I mean this. The Rock, they lifted up. They just basically said, oh, these look really interesting. I can't wait till we press the books on these. Now, here's where this gets really concerning. And we here, it's not a conspiracy theory. We kind of already know. It's stuff we've been saying. We've all known. The government doesn't use our money for anything that they say. They lace their back pockets with it, right?
Eventually.
How is it that the president of the United States, and I will literally say this, the former president, Joe Biden, okay, the dead one, right? The guy who couldn't form sentences, okay? The guy who came into election office with a son who was known to be affiliated with actual Ukraine
China.
And literally, and I'm not saying this I'm not making it up, a literally quid pro quo phone call made by the president to the then president of the Ukraine asking for money or holding money in line for political movement. Money. And that was, hold on. Then you have his son on Burisma, you have the big guy number, you have all that money transfer, whatever, fine. Okay. The president of the United States gets paid a salary. Do you know what that salary is?
I think it was like somewhere in the $100,000.
$400,000
a year.
Do you want to know how you know that? Because President Biden literally said that there would be no change of taxes to anyone under $400,000. Gee, I wonder why. So anyway, so you get paid $400,000. So if you're in office for 4 years, how much money did you make in 4 years of annual income?
$1.6 million.
Okay.
Yeah. Not including taxes.
Okay.
Right.
Or not yet.
So
subtracting taxes.
If you look up Joe Biden's net worth right now, it's over $27 million.
Yeah, but
so
it was already that high before he became president.
How?
In the Senate.
How? Because you don't even make that much money in the Senate.
No, you make like $100,000.
You make less than the president. So please explain to me, how is it that politicians are making millions of dollars?
I think the Clintons are worth.
No, well, we already know that. It's all public information. Look at the Obamas. You can look at them.
I can sit here with a dry erase board and I can draw it all out for you. We're gonna be here a while.
Right.
We're gonna be here a while because I can tell you where it goes. It goes into things like USAID, which then goes to another country. That country then takes it and they say they're going to use it for X, Y, and Z. They shuffle it around in their own country. It makes it down to another company, some company inside their country that decides, oh, we're going to send money to the Democrat Party. Then they will then they will send it to an American company that oversees all that stuff, and then that company will stifle it all out, and it'll be given out through all kinds of different ways.
And so here's the bottom line. The thing is basically what we say. It is money laundering. Now, here's where this gets really tricky. And this is the part that Doge will do. I know they will. It's just a matter of time. So it's going to take time because you're the oldest rule in the book. Follow the money, right?
Okay.
You follow the money, right? Follow the money. This is how you find mobsters. This is how you find the crime bosses. This is how you find drug lords. You follow the rich man with the money, right?
Follow the money.
Follow the rich man with the money. That's where you find out where all the bad things are going on. So they're going to do that. Now, here's where this gets really interesting. If you, the U.S. government, are going to spend money and you have to make up, and the way it's done is very interesting because it's like, okay, if we said, hey, we're going to send 1 million cell phones to the people of Ukraine because they don't have, and Starlink is going to help connect them, and so, all right, and so Elon goes, no charge to Ukrainian new cell phone users for 2 years on Starlink. They can use it service free of charge. So that means there's no payment requirement from the government to pay Elon for services. Okay, cool. How much do you think they're going to get those phones for? Where do you think they're going to get the phones from? Take a stab.
China.
Good. Okay, very good. Do you know how much money China owes us? Don't answer that question. Doesn't even matter. Okay? And so really the requirement of China paying us is they're not going to charge us for the phones because it'll be a trade. Yeah. So we'll basically say, okay, we'll cut it away from the amount of money you owe us, send all of these phones to us, we get them in a crate. Cool. Okay. Now we're going to ship that crate. How much do you think it costs for the U.S. government to send a couple planes of crates of cell phones
cost quite a bit.
over to Ukraine?
It's going to cost quite a
bit. Maybe not even. Not $1 million. No.
A couple $100,000 maybe.
It might cost a few $100,000. Okay, then with some people.
You're talking man hours.
With people and man hours and distribute and all that stuff.
It's a military plane,
so let's just put it online for maybe, let's say it costs $1 million.
Okay.
It actually costs $1 million. The government goes, all right, we're going to need $1.3 trillion to do this. And they rack it up with a bunch of costs of goods, costs of this, cost of that, cost of this, cost of that, even though those costs are never actualized.
They don't get them. Yep. They don't have to.
So when you have a bill, when you get money for this much, and it's approved, it's money, and you have this huge amount of money left over, guess what happens to it?
They just take it and...
They either
take it or they push it into
something else.
Other things. And so when you see Senate come together and they do these discretionary fund, things that they talk about, how they got to approve all the spending and all this stuff, and this is all the junk that holds up.
The House holds the
purse strings. So they get into these debates and back and forth nudges. This is where, and this is why I go, I'm not so sure this is going to be as clean of a process as everybody thinks, because there's way too many people involved.
Oh yeah.
In the switching of the money to the different locations that pass it around, and every time that literally every time that money goes, that extra money goes from this place to here, there's 7 or 9 senators, House representatives, presidents, foreign emissaries that are taking cuts, and then it moves again. And then it moves again, 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 until it's gone.
It's absolutely absurd. And
there are Republicans. I'm just going to point this out. There are 100% Republicans that are in this as well. It is 100%. There's no doubt.
There is no way that Doge, because Doge is only supposed to be working for roughly about 2 years, not full. It's like 16 months they're working.
Because he knows in 2 years they're one of the two forms are going to get shot down, and they're going to block everything. It's 100%.
Yeah, Doge is only working for. Elon already came out and said,
I hope it doesn't happen, but
Elon already came out and said, I can only give you 16 months.
Yep.
Okay.
Because he does have businesses.
He owns businesses, and he's trying to get SpaceX up into the air. I mean, all that different stuff.
Starlink, Tesla, X.
So many things. But he said, I will give you 16 months, which is a year and a half,
pretty good,
or whatever. Cool.
Pretty good amount of time.
We ain't even hit a month yet, and he's already done this big thing with USAID. He's already gone after FEMA, because guess what FEMA did over the weekend? They decided that after the president last month, a week or so ago, put a stop on everything. Y'all are not allowed to do anything. Don't send money anywhere. I'm putting a stop on everything so that we can review what's going on and change something. FEMA then sent billions to New York to pay for high-end hotels for illegals to sleep in.
By the way,
hold on. Couldn't send money to North Carolina,
which is still in disarray. Still in disarray.
Gone. FBI gone. CIA gone.
All these branches of government with 4 to 3 letters are going to be shut down.
Reason number 8,623. Why I don't vote.
No. That's why you should vote.
Honestly,
not why you don't. Why you should.
Because I'm all crooked.
And I do have to say.
And the reason they're crooked and they're getting in is because people don't vote.
What I do want to ask is this. All right, we talked about what Trump. I want to know right now, just real quick. Don't because I don't want to go. We could go. It's only been 3 weeks, folks.
Their W's are too many. They really are too many.
We sit here and talk for 8 hours straight on everything that Trump and his administration has done. We could be here and list all these W's, and we would all run out of gas and be tired and everything else. Like, there's just so much winning to report on it is astronomical at this point.
This is true.
Okay, so that all being said, real quick, Spitfire, what is everybody's favorite thing that Trump has done thus far? Whether it's what executive order, something, anything. What is your favorite thing that he has done so far? I already know mine. It ain't gonna take much. It's one that shouldn't have had to be done.
Oh, yeah. I know what it is. Yeah. Go ahead. I know what yours is.
There are only 2 genders, punks. Get out of here, you Legibitiqua morons. The United States, and tagging with that immediately after, guess what? Not only are there only 2 genders, but y'all with peckers swinging between your legs are not allowed to play girl sports.
Now you just took mine. Thank you. That was going to be mine.
All right, it tags in.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. There were 2 different things. He signed one that basically stating that the U.S. standard for gender is only 2.
Did you hear the booing with that when he signed it? All the girls around him are cheering, but there were people that were watching, like the news people. They're like, I'm like, no.
I mean, the Title IX. It shouldn't. Both of these shouldn't be things. They shouldn't be things. They shouldn't have had to be a thing. It's really sad that they had to. I really do. I feel really bad for Riley Gaines. I know. I don't know. Did they ever actually correct her?
They took the medals from.
They took the medals. They took the medals away. I think they did give her the medal, but it was far too gone.
Hold the record. She doesn't hold the.
She can't have the record. Like because it's basically it's a tainted race, so the record is gone. But that wasn't the big problem. What she lost, it was the fact that she wasn't able to use the winning, the fact that she won the race and she won the medals to land her into Olympic committees for swimming. So she lost her chances at being an actual Olympic swimmer.
They screwed her over.
They really did screw her.
I know
bad.
they're still in lawsuits.
I feel bad for that.
Now that he's signed that, I believe her lawsuits will go rather quickly with her winning them.
Well, I mean,
She's not the only one. Like, there's
a lot of people that were affected in
Riley
the Olympic
Gaines
sciences.
is the biggest one, but the one I can't remember his daughter's name. It's Todd from Steve Day's show. His daughter has been traveling and fighting with Riley Gaines since. Yeah,
I definitely think that one was my big one.
Todd Erzen's daughter is a big name on it as well, fighting it.
What about you?
The dumbest. It's the dumbest thing. It's my favorite thing so far. Paper straws.
It only is to those states that are dumb blue liberal states like New Jersey
New
that
York,
had to go ahead and say plastic straws are dangerous for the environment. They're killing the turtles.
Do they have 6 billion, billions of plastic cups?
Well,
something else.
No, it's not the plastic. And here's the problem. It's not the plastic. It's not the straw. It's not the bag. It's none of those things. It is literally. It is.
And here's the other thing. If
it's not control.
It's also a thing to help the big corporations, because if you have plastic bags and plastic straws, the company has to buy them. Now, if they do all this other crap,
it's not it.
Like the bags that we now have to buy to use.
I'm telling you, it's not it.
We pay for them, not the company.
I'm telling you, it's not it.
What is it?
I want to be.
Despite the fact that paper straws are bad for diabetics, it was made out of sugar.
I really, 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 really want to. Just want to hope and pray that our idiot Governor Murphy.
Well, he's gone.
I know he's gone. No. It's not. That's not it. They just. I hope all of these really stupid, dumb liberal Democrats get their handout of investigation papers for what is being uncovered in all these stones that are going to get turned. That one of those. Hold on, wait.
Do you know who didn't get a pardon? Murphy didn't. Go after his behind.
But hold on. But here's the thing. He didn't get a premeditated pardon. Yeah. But But go and investigate these Democrats, these liberals, these mayors, like these governors. These guys need to be. I mean, all of them should be investigated. Well, not Christie. But Christie, hold on, Christie. Here's the thing. He's bad too. And I'm not saying, but Christie, most of his stuff was aired out when he ran for president. They aired his garbage. Yeah, so anyway, that's not. But Murphy needs to be investigated. So does what's her face up in Minnesota. Whitmer? Whitmer. Investigate her. She needs to be. Hochul needs to be investigated. These guys need to be really, really criminally investigated. Now, here's the thing. Why? Because there is no reason, there is no smart, good reason why you would ban plastic straws, plastic bags from grocery stores, why you would ban the things that you ban, and you would instate something that has to be in its place. Yep. What do I mean? If you turn around and you say you can't have plastic straws anymore, whatever substitute you come up with, it just can't be plastic. Okay. You let the companies figure it out. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nope. That's not what they said. No, they said you have to use paper straws. You cannot use plastic straws. You must use paper straws. You cannot use plastic bags. You must use reusable bags.
Can't use paper, which is absolutely recyclable and everything else.
So hold on. So think about that. When you tell me as a company, I cannot use this product anymore that I was able to get at a very affordable rate and cost. Now I have to use this other product. It's more expensive.
And it's garbage.
And it stinks. And it's terrible. But I have to use this if I'm going to be able to function as a business. You forced my hand to buy something I didn't want to buy. What do you think the reason is? Why do you think they would mandate a supplement?
So that more money.
It's more money.
Because they're attached to the payment of it.
Well,
I'm telling you, guaranteed. You investigate Murphy, guarantee you he's got investments, he's got all kinds of stocks and bonds and paper straw companies, especially the paper straw companies that the people in our state would have to buy them from. Guarantee you he's got stocks and all kinds of bond money in the stupid bag manufacturers from China that are producing these bags. He's got all kinds of underhanded deals with Chinese people. I'm telling you, that's the reason why.
When that law originally passed
it's
here in
bogus.
Jersey, there was like 3 or 4 places that fought it immediately.
Chipotle
was one.
Chipotle
so was,
won.
Nope.
They did win.
Chipotle won it, and so did Longhorn Steakhouse.
Wawa did.
They fought it. Wawa did not fight it.
No, they did not try. They just capitulated.
No. Chipotle fought it, and here's why.
Yep.
See, Chipotle and Longhorn and these other companies, I forget what the 4 were that actually fought it. They have an umbrella company, company that oversees because they're what are they called?
Chain
owned. So, but they have an umbrella company that owns them. That umbrella company owned their own manufacturing factory for their straws.
And their napkins and their bags and all their stuff.
And their everything. So when the government was like, you need to switch to this, they're like, no, we're not turning our entire factory over to this because you're the only state that requires it.
Well, especially when there's only like 2 or 3 states that were basically causing the ruckus in it.
Because the state government couldn't tell a company whose factory was in a totally other state that they had to switch to. That was number one.
You can't do that.
The other thing is that people found this out later. If you actually look at the New Jersey state law, any of the places that are using straws or that are forcing people to use paper straws actually don't have to. Same thing with the plastic bags. It all has to do with square footage of the building that the place is in.
It has to do with the amount of people that are going to come in and purchase and use the stuff.
Wawa actually had to abide by it, but
their footprint was too big.
But like a steakhouse didn't have to follow it. Chipotle, little fast food restaurant, didn't have to follow it. Yeah. That's why if you go to McDonald's, they'll hand you a paper straw, but if you go, can I get a plastic one? They have to give you a plastic one because they're under that size limit. Okay, it was an absolute joke. The fact is, the majority of companies could have gave New Jersey.
What about the boba tea places, man? Could you imagine having to suck a boba through an actual paper straw?
It would tear to shreds.
It would get stuck and then it would explode.
And the worst part about these straws, is that they're made with.
You'd never be able to punch the plastic thing. You'd be like.
It's paper straw that is held together by sugar glue.
Yeah.
Which means diabetic. You go to drink it. I can't stand it. Number one, after I did get COVID, anything with higher amounts of high fructose corn syrup tastes like pepper spray to me. Guess what's in that glue? High fructose corn syrup. So now you're making anything I drink, a milkshake, anything, taste like garbage. Because now it's sweeter and everything else. And a diabetic using those things, they're done. It'll send their count straight over. Okay, they're unsafe and I love it. We got rid of plastic straws wrapped in paper and got paper straws wrapped in plastic.
Well,
you still didn't get rid of the plastic.
No, they did in some places. They're paper wrapped in paper, but still, it doesn't matter. It's still stupid. It's not about the plastic.
Absolutely asinine, and I'm sure we're getting close to the end.
10 minutes.
All right, okay, we're at the 10-minute mark.
Hit your Jersey part.
What I want to say now, this is to my Jersey people out there, and if you've been sticking with us, hopefully you have. I wanted to say this earlier for this reason.
Sorry,
it's fine. Okay, there is a bill that has been proposed by some left-wing libtard Karen moron in the state of New Jersey. A bill known as A5210, A5210. Okay, right now it is in the State Judiciary Committee. Okay, but it was put in through our state assembly. Okay, because it goes to the assembly first, then to the state senate. So it's in the assembly, and this bill would make it so that if you right now, if you want to buy a gun in the state of New Jersey, you have to go fill out the paperwork and go get fingerprinted.
Yep.
It goes to your local judge, and he goes, yeah, cool, he can get a gun. There you go. Real easy. I mean, not easy. Pain in the butt.
Well, no, it's not that easy. You have to get a background check.
Background check, but that's part of the fingerprinting. You got to wait for it. There is some waiting. It took me
three people, 3 psychological references, basically make sure that you're not certifiable.
But anyway, still not that hard.
No.
Okay, half hour to fill out the paperwork. You got to put in for the appointment to get fingerprinted. Once you get fingerprinted, it's tied to your thing. It immediately gets sent. Like, and then you got to wait for them to approve it. When I did it, it was like 3-4 days I had it approved. They told me it could take up to 4 weeks, and had it in 3-4 days. Okay, not that hard. All right. This law, this bill that they're proposing, if made law, would now make it that if you want to buy a gun, everybody in your house now needs to be fingerprinted. Anybody you live with must be fingerprinted. If anybody...
Well, that's not necessarily what it says.
It says everybody that you live with in your house
cannot
fingerprinted.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does. I've gone over the whole bill. You get fingerprinted. That's number one. You have to fingerprint everybody. So if you live with your parent, you live with your wife, you got a girlfriend that lives with you, all of it. Anybody living in your house has to get fingerprinted. If any one of them gets ticked for something that would deny them to get a gun, now you can't get it. The other thing that it does is that it would require that if you know that anybody in your house is smoking weed, you would have to put on this paperwork that they smoke weed. Guess what's not on that paperwork?
The ability to say that this is there. Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing of why somebody.
But even if they did, it would immediately disqualify you.
It would immediately disqualify you. And if you get caught lying about it, now here's the thing: that paperwork that you have to fill out is a federal piece of paper. It's not even state paperwork.
So if you get caught lying on a federal document,
no, but that's not even the thing. That's not the big thing. Like I said, there's no space to write that in. It's a federal piece of paper. New Jersey makes a law. The federal government isn't going to change their paperwork because the state made a law. So now, because there is no spot there, you can't put it on there, which means you automatically are lying. And you go, but there's no place to put it. Doesn't matter. You lied. Deny.
So it's a loophole to basically basically to ban handgun purchases in New Jersey.
Worse. I live with my dad. My dad is in his 70s. What if my dad, at some point, gets live-in hospice care? God forbid my dad would ever have to get live-in hospice care. I want to go buy a gun. My dad's got to get fingerprinted. In the state of New Jersey, you have to go to a very specific place to get fingerprinted. You have to go there to get digitally fingerprinted. It's not stick your finger in crap anymore. It is digital fingerprinting, and you can only go to one company to do it. They've got the contract. My dad's got home care hospice. I can't get him there to get fingerprinted.
Oh, well.
Yes, you can't get your gun. Oh, and here's the other thing. If they find out that anybody in your house, if this got passed, it would also be retroactive, which means I could lose it. If you already own guns, you can lose the ones you already have. Now, here's the thing. I firmly believe...
First of all, it is 120,000% unconstitutional.
Yes, correct.
Against our even state constitution. It is unconstitutional in the Second Amendment Constitution. It is 100% not in line with our current state constitution. It is a violation of both constitutions.
I will tell you
Just
this,
putting that out there.
If it ever got made law, it would immediately go to courts and eventually be struck down.
It would be struck down.
However, this is the dangerous part. Once it makes law,
it's immediately active effect.
And you're screwed until it gets beat in court.
Yep.
There is no stay. There is no nothing. And we would have to wait for it because it would go to New Jersey Supreme Court first. And then it would go to appeals if it went past that. And then it would take a while to get to the federal Supreme Court, unless the federal Supreme Court, which can see everything that's going on in all judiciary areas, goes, oh, yeah, we need to squash this now. And they go, nope, we're going to grab it from you, and we're going to bring it up here, and we're going to do it now. Okay, they do have the power to do that. But again, it would become a law first. So I'm telling everybody within the sound of my voice, this is my livelihood. Now, I can honestly tell you that if they put this into effect, it would not affect me 1 cent. Because one, my kids, I do have on the weekends, are not listed as living in my house. So they would never have to get it fingerprinted, plus they're underage. It's only people over the age of 18. They wouldn't have to get fingerprinted till they're 18. Number two, my dad, clean record, used to be in the National Guard, military record through the National Guard. My dad has barely had speeding tickets the entire time I grew up. Okay, I would have no problem.
He also drove a bus.
He also drove a bus for the state that he had to get background checked and have a somewhat of a clearance to drive for the state of New Jersey or the county of Cumberland County. So this would not really bother me. I would still pass. It's the fact that other people, like, seriously, you've stated before that you put yourself in a position that into a facility that would now, because it's on paperwork, may not allow you to get a gun now.
That's correct.
Okay, that would mean that you get married, your wife moves in with you.
She wouldn't be able to get one.
She wouldn't be able to get one because of you.
Yep.
And that's BS.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling everybody here, you need to call, email, flood in your New Jersey assemblymen and senators. Big time. I've already called mine personally because I've already got Mike Testas. The only one I haven't called is because I don't want to call him and he's in D.C. anyway, but I've been tempted to just to irk him some more just because it's fun. But I have already talked to all my people. Now, where I live in Cumberland County, they're all 1,000% like, yeah, we're fighting this tooth and nail.
This is ridiculous. It's like liberals are like, not all.
No, majority.
But the ones on this side are they're all like children.
Yes.
They're all going to push the boundaries to see how far they can go without getting caught.
Well, here's the big kicker. If you look up the representative who put this bill in, total Karen. Total Karen, like blue-haired, freaking.
But here's the thing. To
female,
and
obviously. But yet, guns rights is female rights, as far as I'm concerned. The only way you can that you can definitively, all the time, stop a man from doing physical harm to a woman is for the woman to be armed and to blow his head off.
Top or bottom?
Pick
Yes.
one. Pick one. So granted, one's a better one, but I mean, even if you miss here,
technically,
if you miss below,
I will tell you this, ladies, that's bad advice.
Yeah, it is.
You shoot center mass.
Center mass and empty the clip.
That's it. You shoot center mass. You don't stop until he stops. So anyway,
and voting is not it does not make it premeditated.
So here's the thing. I will say this. I said it as clean and clear as I can, and I honestly know I have talked to officers. This literally is if they have to write up they do. Once you discharge your weapon, they have to file a report.
Yep.
So the bottom line is, if you
pull your weapon, you have to pull.
If you shoot somebody who is trying to assault you, ladies, this is for you. You shoot until they stop.
Yep.
That is it. You shoot until they stop. If you shoot one bullet and it misses and they run, you don't shoot another one. You don't have to. However, if you shoot once and they're still coming, you keep shooting until they stop.
I'm going to tell you this right now. As someone who's gone and gotten the carry permit, when you're going to take the carry permit class, and then you have to actually show them that you can hit a target.
Yes.
You can hit the target where you need to. When you're doing that firing test, do you know what you're not doing? Well, one, you have to reload. You have to show that you can reload and while you're not going pow, pow, pow. No, they want you to go pow, 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 pow. 5. Count it in your head. We want 5 shots. Stop. Unload it. Put it back in where you rack it. Go.
Yep.
And do 5 more because our magazines can hold 10. So,
and it really doesn't matter. The point is you're exactly right.
You need to be able trained to one after another.
And the reason why is because
in a real life situation.
Well, not even in a. No. So here's the thing: the best line of defense, and Crowder talks about this all the time. There are so many times where a gun, shotgun, rifle, AR, handgun, stopped a crime from happening simply from the possession of it. The absolute wielding and showing of the firearm stopped a crime from happening, stopped somebody from committing a crime, stopped somebody from doing harm, stopped an assault, stopped women save themselves just by simply showing that they have the gun. Nobody's dumb enough to go ahead and try to still continue to assault a person knowing their life is. Now that is why you need to shoot 5 in a row quickly, because if they're on PCP and they're doped out of their brain, they aren't even going to know they were shot until they're bleeding out. They will keep moving. They will keep coming. They're like zombies. So I mean, you were, I think, in Florida during the time with this, the bath salts. I mean, when you hear on the news, a dude was eating a. No, there were 2 incidences, both in Florida, bath salts. The one that I thought was a little weird zombie-ish kind of. It was weird zombie-ish kind of. 2 dudes, both naked. One dude is eating the other dude's face. And the cops see him, Obviously, the one dude is completely dead because his face is being eaten off by the other guy, and they shoot this dude. Like, 3 cops unloaded their entire clips into him, and he still kept coming at them. Hey, that's like zombie film creepy there, you know what I mean? But that wasn't the one that grossed me out. The one that grossed me out, and I mean grossed me out, but was weird and gross, like weird gross, was the dude, you probably heard this story, the guy was in an apartment complex, and there were like, it was like a family of 3, I think it was, something around there, whatever, and there was downstairs, the woman downstairs heard some like weird noises from upstairs, didn't know what was going on, and there was an odor, and it was really bad, and so she was concerned and called the cops. So the cops show up, they're knocking on the door, nobody's answering the door, so they bust down the door, and they see the dude eating his own intestines.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm a zombie. That's a zombie, okay? That is literally you. I'm just shooting you in the head, and there is no questions. I'm not negotiating and talking.
Where does it go?
It doesn't. That's the point.
Go to your stomach and sit there.
But the point is that you literally disemboweled yourself and were eating your own intestines.
Yeah.
There's something really clinically wrong with you. So I say that to say you're right about that. But I wanted to make another point real quick before we close out. With this specifically, when it comes to the law and talking to your senators and all this stuff, I want to point this out too because it's so stinking crucial. It is so stinking crucial. We understand that the whole concept and the reason they're doing this is so that they can basically suffocate and kind of control, backhand door a manipulation of law to confiscate guns.
They never wanted in the state of New Jersey.
They didn't want it. They didn't want it. And the thing in New York basically squashed any kind of chance they had of being able to control it. So they lost control of it.
Yep.
All right. Here's the deal. There are some things where I literally stand out on a branch here. I know there aren't a lot of pastors who would do or say what I say, and I get that. I might be considered unconventional, fine, whatever. But there are times where we as people in our country that we live in have to look at our God-given freedom and the ability to fight and protect ourselves and one another.
Everything that God has given you.
I'm not saying that I'm going out seeking violence. I'm not going out and I'm not seeking to victimize or create crimes or stop crimes or become a vigilante. I'm not trying to advocate vigilante justice either. But what I'm saying is that there are some times where our government and our people that run the governments and the branches of government, they are committing heinous evil acts against humanity. And that we as a people have a right to stand up and stop that from happening. Now, one of the things that I stand firmly on is the only way that you lose your freedoms and your rights is when you are not armed.
Yep.
And so what I was saying before about those defenses that don't even require the use of firearms, there's so many cases that don't even require the gun to be fired. If you want to be able to stop the government from being able to take your guns, possess them.
Yep.
Because it's very hard for somebody to come and take your gun away when it's in your hands.
It's also very hard when everybody
Think about
has a gun in their
hand. If I have a gun in my hand and you come and want to take it,
you have to take it.
I am the one with the power. Yep. And the way you get it out of my hands is if they're cold and dead.
Yep.
So that's going to start problems. Immediately, because that's a war against your citizens.
Yep.
That starts in the civil unrest.
Every country that has had a dictator,
the first thing they did
was disarm them.
Disarm the people by getting them to give up their guns in replacement for we'll protect you.
Well, now
we are the ones who will protect you now.
We are the ones.
Well,
but I have a question. We will ask the questions.
Well, now in Great Britain they want to have knife control.
Yeah, because they took the guns away.
Alba did an entire documentary explaining.
Look, I'm just going to
have knife.
I'm just going to say to a person who I know is not listening, but if ever he does listen and catches this episode, Bryan, I told you so, and that's all I'm going to say. Because I worked with a gentleman who was like, oh, like the gun control thing and all this stuff and everything like that. And I'm like, look, they take the guns. It's just going to turn into something else. They'll just whip out their knives. Oh, yeah, because there'll be mass knifings. Don't you know, in London, literally the day after he said that, there was a mass knife assault where 32 people were stabbed in a train. Well, they take away knives. Guess what next there'll be? Mass battings.
Right?
They'll just baseball bat you to death. Oh, hold on.
No,
they won't.
I believe they would go the other way because...
No, they won't.
No, I believe they'll go the other way.
Which way?
The fact that you can go to any Home Depot and buy the chemicals you need to make bombs.
No. I mean, they could, but I'm telling you, why do I know it'll turn into baseball bats?
Because it's easy so you can get
Go to Japan. Go to China.
That's all they have.
Yakuza.
Yep.
The triads. What do you think they beat most of the people to death with over there?
Oh, baseball bats.
Baseball bats. Oh, well, that's not a problem. Yes, it is a problem.
Yeah,
What are you going to do? Ban Louisville? Can't stop the MLB in Japan.
What are they going to do? Ban the Jose Canseco bat? Would you pay money for this?
I mean, I'm just saying. And it'll never end. It'll turn.
Ban wood.
They'll ban everything. That's all.
They'll ban your fist.
You don't understand.
Hey,
you don't understand. That's exactly right. That's exactly what they want to do because the idea of communism and socialism is they are the ones who know better. They're the ones who are in control. You plebes get nothing. We have all the power, and you can't stop us because guess what? You don't have the ability to do so.
Guys, this is This is what season 6 is going to be.
No, it's not.
We're gonna get louder because the one thing that I did forget.
That's impossible for you.
The one thing that I did forget to say, and I know I'm saying it at the end, is that last year we started a thing with we had a theme for the year. Last year's theme was the church needs to grow set. I wasn't allowed to say what I really wanted to say. They said it too crude.
It is crude.
But this one is advancement. We are going to start advancing. America, we need to start advancing.
We have a shot.
Church, we need to start advancing.
Hey, wait a minute. You're stealing my material.
We do listen.
That was the funny thing. He had it written, but we didn't share notes yet. That's the whole point.
I had it written for the podcast before we started doing our, because those you don't know, we get together about a month beforehand. We start going over
I was praying about it before he
was already praying. So. Well, no, we were both praying about it. I wrote it down. All right, this is what God is telling me. Advancement for the next year. He comes out. That's when on Sunday he tells everybody during church that we're going to talk. This year's theme and streams is
advancing the kingdom.
Advancing the kingdom. I'm like, get out of my head. But that has been the weird thing over the last 2 years.
Confirmation.
It's confirmation for both ends. He says it, and I go, yeah, I agree with you. That's confirmation for him. I have it written down. He doesn't read my notes. He starts saying it, and I'm like, get out of my head.
Nobody can read your notes.
This is true.
Doctors can't even read your notes.
No, they cannot. No. Actually, doctors can't read their own notes. The pharmacist can't read my notes.
Nobody can read your notes. If they had to send like a handwriting investigator to find out what your death note was, they wouldn't be able to figure it out.
My handwriting changes every time.
They're like, I think he Epsteined himself.
Yeah, right.
Clearly says, I did not commit suicide.
This is season 6, guys. Strap in, strap up, and let's advance.
Thank God.
What?
I thought. Yes, you thought it too. We'll close this out, man. We're done.
Whatever. Y'all have it. Thank you for joining us in the corner of church and state where there is no separation. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or labor rules, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America,